Thanks for tuning in to 104.3 The Capital. Welcome to another episode of The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Today, we shine the spotlight on a woman of substance as she talks about women empowerment, education, and sustainability. Miss Ivorine Ice Calderon. Discover how she learned the ropes and climbed to the ladder of success in a male-dominated industry, and how she continues to grow, refusing to settle for mediocrity. Be inspired by her positivity. I'm your host, Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates. Meet Ivorine Ice Calderon, a woman who wears many hats: real estate broker and consultant, trainer, writer, civilian instructor, former radio DJ. But more than that, she's a fierce advocate for women, for learning, and for sustainability. Her journey weaves all these together in a tapestry of purpose.
Initially, it's women empowerment just because I was raised in a female-dominated family. I was raised in a matriarchal family. We were single-handedly raised by our mom while I was growing up. So yun yung pinakauna talagang nakita kong strength ng family namin. So because of that, nagkaroon ako ng advocacy on women empowerment. And then education as well, dahil I belong to a family of teachers. So parang lahat sa pamilya namin, it's either you're a soldier or a teacher. I grew up with so many teachers in the family, kaya education talaga became a very strong advocacy of mine. Hence, I'm teaching as a civilian instructor as well and a trainer as well. Recently ko lang to na-discover about sustainability. Kasi yung nangyari sa pandemic, alam mo yun, yung nagkakaubusan tayo ng mga supply ng pagkain and all, parang it was like an awareness na, meron pala tayong pwedeng gawin. So marami akong nakita mga nagtatanim sa bakuran nila. Doon, I started doing my research on it, about it. And then, yun, that started the sustainability thing. But for so many years, it's been women empowerment in education. And now it's sustainability.
A gentle voice with a powerful message. Ice doesn't just speak, she uplifts. She brings women into conversations that matter, where passion meets potential, and dreams find room to grow.
I believe that an empowered woman is someone who knows exactly what she wants and knows how to get it, but also is not afraid of asking for help. Kasi napansin ko lang kapag sinabing empowered women, parang, I can do everything. Which is funny because, sa totoo lang, I consider myself empowered but also I need help in carrying heavy stuff. Yung gano'n. So, hindi siya sobrang exaggerated that sometimes we have a totally different view of things. But being empowered is just knowing exactly what you want and how you get it. And again, be vulnerable enough to admit that if you need help, you ask for it.
Part of her mantra, passion is just the beginning. She challenges others to refine their skills, embrace learning, and say no to mediocrity.
During my generation, parang mediocrity is a crime. So parang for me, ito talaga yung standard ko ever since. If you really want to succeed in life, you really have to be excellent in what you do. I'm not a passion person. Kasi you can be so passionate and not be good at it. Alam mo yun? Yung parang, I'm so passionate to sing, but then my voice talaga, hindi talaga siya sumasang-ayon. Then, so what happens to you? So, nade-depress ka because really whatever you do, hindi siya nangyayari. Ako, I'm a believer of whatever you're great at, be really, really great at it. And then make something out of it. So, for example, I'll start with teaching, for example. I told my mom, I will never, ever, ever be inside a classroom and teach. So, yun yung sinabi ko. And then, kinain ko yun several years later because I'm teaching. And I realized it's not really so much about passion. Passion came in second. But I realized that I'm teaching because I'm really good at it. I realize I'm really good at it. Ang galing ko pala magturo. And I'm not saying this because I'm bragging. I'm saying this because I was trained really well. I was trained really well at home. I was trained really well in school. And I was trained really well by mentors. And because of that, naging magaling ako. I don't take credit for anything that I have right now. I take pride and joy and gratitude sa lahat ng mga taong nag-impart sa akin ng knowledge nila to be the person that I am now. So yun, education.
Despite her many accolades, Ice remains grounded. With deep gratitude, she honors those who shaped her path, mentors, friends, family, and silent supporters. Can women penetrate, let alone thrive, in a men-dominated industry?
When I started my business, it's Ars Real Estate, so I have been in my industry for 20 years already. Because of that, I realized na kaya ko palang gawin yung mga bagay na nung una, it was just a dream. So because of that, doon ko na-prove na kasi explain ko lang, no, parang background story or para magkaroon ng context. Real estate is male-dominated. It's a male-dominated industry, pretty much like every other industry that you know is male-dominated.
With multiple roles and tireless energy, Ice is unstoppable. But what fuels this fire? How does she carry so many hats with grace and grit?
It's really all about priorities. Sa panahon kasi ngayon, parang medyo mahirap mag-prioritize just because there's a lot of distractions. But if you know exactly what's important to you, you will do everything in your power to avoid the distractions and focus and keep at it. Kasi medyo mahirap siya eh. I mean, admittedly, lalo na may social media. Dati ang social media natin, parang isa, dalawa lang. Ngayon, parang lahat yata ng apps natin, marami ng social media and other distractions, shopping, etc. Pero ako kasi, personally, on a daily basis, I always ask myself, whatever it is that I'm currently doing, will it bring me closer to my goal for the day, for the week, for the year, and for my personal goals? If it will not make me rich, I will not do it. Rich in so many ways. Will it make me physically rich, mentally rich, spiritually rich, emotionally rich, financially rich, spiritually rich? If it's not in any of those areas, I will not do it. Sayang ng time ko.
Reaching the top wasn't easy. Ice opens up about the obstacles she faced on the road to becoming a managing director of a real estate company and how she turned each one into a stepping stone.
My industry is real estate. It's male-dominated. I think yun yung pinakauna. Since it's male-dominated, competition is really parang, it's a shark world out there. So, competition is tight. Every day kasi kailangan ma-motivated ka eh. Kasi nasa sales ka. Pag nasa sales ka, tapos hindi mo kaya motivate ang sarili mo, baka hindi ka tumagal ng isang buwan. So, I've been doing it for 2 decades. So, it doesn't mean that I'm always excellent at it. There were so many times that top of mind, sobrang dami kong naisip na kung kailan naisip ko, I'm gonna quit kasi hindi ko na kaya.
For Ice, nation building isn't just about policy. It's about empowering every woman to take part in shaping the future.
I believe that women have different roles to play in nation building. Aside from finding a job or building businesses, it's also motherhood. It's also being a wife. Ang daming roles to play. And I believe maraming mga babae ang iniiwanan yung trabaho nila to raise children or, you know, to build their homes, ganyan. And women should stop feeling bad about it. Kasi you don't know that it's a big deal actually na when you're building a family. Kasi remember, family is the smallest unit of the community. Pag maganda yung family, pag maganda yung pagkaka-raise sa mga children, then you have better chances at building better communities. So I think yun, so women should play their role, not only with the notion na kailangan nating yumaman para sa ekonomiya, but also we should know that women are also nurturers, family, you know, as a family person, or, you know, building homes, taking care of the children. It's also a very noble job, and it's actually ano tawag doon? Walang bayad yun eh, di ba? But still, it's one of the greatest contributions of women in this society. So let's be more mindful about how we treat women, no matter which stage or of life they are in, whether they're building their careers or building their families. We should always be grateful to women who are doing both or doing one of both.
Even now, stereotypes linger. How can we break those notions for good?
It's really all about managing my own expectations as well. Kasi, syempre as a woman, parang hindi ko maintindihan, but I don't want to blame, I don't want to point my fingers on anything or anyone. But like, siguro nakasanayan natin sa society natin na pag babae ka, parang ang dami mong kailangan patunayan. I think yun yung pinaka-challenge na kapag nasa work ka, parang ang dami mo kailangan patunayan, hindi lang sa mga lalaki, but also sa mga kapwa mo babae, which is sad, but at the same time, if you take it positively, it will take you places. But again, I think yun yung kailangan nating isipin na we don't always have to prove ourselves to everyone. We only have to prove ourselves to ourselves from noon to ngayon. Yun lang dapat yung comparison. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other people. Generally, parang lahat naman ng babae, we have every opportunity available for us. It's really up to us. I think isa pa sa mga notion, I think, is we still have that thinking na a particular job is only for males or is only for females. Siguro pag nawala na yung notion na yon, it will be easier not only for females but also for males. Kasi parang ngayon, dapat pag ganito ka, naalala ko when I was a kid, dapat pag lalaki, doktor or engineer or police or sundalo, ganon. Tapos pag babae, dapat nurse, teacher, ganon. Siguro pag nawala na yon totally, I can say na mas madali na for everyone to find a job or to find opportunities available for them. But generally in my industry, when I started my career in real estate, karamihan talaga lalaki. And then ngayon napansin ko marami na ring babae. So kasi real estate is divided into several sectors. So may residential, may commercial, may industrial. Generally for residential, madami ng mga babae. But for other sectors, for example, industrial, konting-konti pa lang din yung babae. But because again, the notion that kasi hindi ko kaya yan kasi babae ako, or hindi kami bagay dyan kasi babae kami, something like. For as long as andun yung notion na yan, I think it's gonna be challenging. But for as long as you believe that whether you're a man or a woman, you have the opportunity to explore careers, then you're good. You're set for life.
An empowered woman isn't just powerful. She's transformative. She heals, uplifts, and encourages others to rise, not compete. Ice paints a vision of strength rooted in kindness.
Yung meron sa akin lumapit na younger one. Feel ko ba na yung edad ko doon. And then she told me, so she's working with a government agency, and then she approached me. She was crying, and I was like, "Why are you crying?" And then sabi niya, because for the first time daw, there's someone who's passionate enough to speak about the environment. And I was teaching during that time. So parang, wow, 2 birds with 1 stone. And then women empowerment din kasi babae yun. Sabi niya, she's been planting trees and the community daw is not taking care of the trees that they're planting. But still, she keeps on planting every single year. And then dumating sa time na magkukwit na siya. And because I was so passionate when I was teaching, actually yung tinuturo ko was ecology, which is the protection of the environment and the laws surrounding environmental protection. Sobrang umiyak siya, sobrang natouch siya, sabi niya sa akin, I hope you never stop teaching. I hope you never stop promoting your advocacy. Parang ako, oh my God, I was also, I was lighthearted about it, but also like, syempre hindi naman siya everyday thing, but also because of her, parang, sige, tutuloy ko pa to. Dadagdagan ko pa yung mga ginagawa kong activities para mas maka-inspire ako ng mas maraming tao. And she said that she will continue. Kasi she was supposed to stop already. Tapos sabi niya, I will continue because of what I've heard from you. Because there are still people pala na kagaya mo who's very passionate to share what they know and to promote the advocacy.
In being a better version of oneself, even the smallest act of positivity can create waves. ICE draws on the vision of Mother Teresa, reminding us that great change often begins with small, sincere gestures.
I'm a believer of what Mother Teresa said. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what she said, but medyo tumatak sa akin na kahit maliit yung bato, pag tinapon mo siya sa tubig, it'll cause a ripple effect. And you never know kung sino yung nai-inspire mo when you do it. You don't have to inspire 1 million people. You just have to touch one life and it'll make a difference. And I think until now, yung pa rin yung pinaniniwalaan ko. That no matter how small the effort, for as long as you're exerting it, it'll make a difference in your own way. You don't have to carpet the world. Just one little change. You never know kung ano yung magiging impact niya sa maraming tao.
How does ICE balance creating inspiring content with meaningful advocacy? For her, storytelling and purpose go hand in hand.
Balance. Okay, actually, more mindful lang siguro ako when it comes to posting. I always think when I post that it's not really for everyone. Lagi ko iniisip, if my nieces would be able to hear or watch the videos and read my posts, will they be inspired as human beings? Kasi lagi kong sinasabi sa mga pamangkin ko, kaya bata pa sila, but I always say, if you have a choice to be good or bad, please be good. So, tinitingnan ko yung mga post ko, aligned ba to? So, sabi ko sa pamangkin ko, pag nakita ba to ng mga pamangkin ko, may inspire ba sila to be better people? Magiging mabuting mamamayan ba sila sa Pilipinas? Kapag yung post ko, for example, yung wala siyang kabuluhan ba? Parang, sige, wag na nating masyadong i-promote yan or tanggalin natin kasi dapat yung mga post natin is more mindful kasi ang dami, marami na tayong nakikitang post na negative, marami tayong nakikitang post na hindi nakakatulong sa society. So sana, 'di ba? Kahit ano man yung post mo, although may mga post naman ako, mga jokes ganyan, pero 98% of the time, they're really meaningful and they're mindful posts. Pag sa tingin ko yung post ko ay hindi nakakatulong sa kahit na kanino, I put it down. So yun. Let's be mindful lang. And again, hindi lang din naman ibang tao yung nagbabasa ng post ko. Nagbabasa din ako kaya that's why I use my hashtags. Para pag ako naman yung kailangan ko ng ma-uplift ganyan, babasahin ko rin, ay post ko pala to. Ay ganda nito. Hindi ko alam ako pala nagsuot ito. Something like. So I also inspire people, but also I inspire myself when I need it sometimes.
As a writer, Ice pours her heart into every post. Sometimes she doesn't even realize her words have moved someone. That's the quiet magic of genuine storytelling.
Sa lahat ng talents ko, I believe that I'm a very, very good writer. Yes, yun talaga feeling ko, proud ako na talent ko. Hindi ko sure kung everybody agrees, but I love writing. So when I post on social media, minsan pag sobrang dami kong time, mahahaba yung posts ko. And then sasabihin ng mga tao, wala naman nagbabasa ng post mo Bakit ka pa magpo-post ng ganyan? So sabi ko, the right person will read it. Hindi kasi talaga lahat ng tao magbabasa. Kahit ako, hindi rin naman ako nagbabasa ng lahat ng posts. But what if, during the time that I posted it, it's also the time that you need it most. Tapos nabasa mo yung post ko. Diba? It makes a difference. So you never know. Marami na akong na-receive na mga comments about my long posts. Like, nagme-message sila sa akin, sasabihin nila, alam mo, I needed that reminder, I needed that story of faith, I needed that story of grit, of hope, of passion. So yun, para sabi ko, okay, I will never stop writing. And also, isa din sa mga reasons why I keep on writing is because, sabi ko nga, sometimes it's also a reminder for me na, ito pala yung mga sinulat ko noon. Kasi noon, parang pag binaha yung mga notebooks, wala na sila, nasira yung laptop mo, wala na sila. But then, social media, yung hashtags, ando doon sila. So, you're immortalizing the thoughts that you have at the moment that you wrote them. So, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful expression, beautiful creation. It's also a beautiful moment for you. And a beautiful reminder once you also need it.
Beyond her core advocacies, Ice stands beside animal rescuers, offering help, whether it's time, talent, or a heartfelt gesture of support.
I support several organizations. One of those actually naging guest na ninyo, si Stray Love PH. Animal rights, diba? Not everyone is aware about how neglected animals are. Marami namang mga tao that are also neglected, pero parang thrice as much pag animals. So one of those I strongly support is Stray Love PH, yung mga abandoned and neglected stray dogs and cats. But for organizations, madami, kasi I'm really active with organizations that support my cause. So yun, if you have causes or if you have mga organizations that need help in any way, yan, kasi diba time, talent, treasure. So whenever there are opportunities to do so, yan, I volunteer.
For Ice, education is the thread that ties her advocacies together. It's the spark that fuels empowerment and sustainability.
For me, everything can be learned through education. So women empowerment can be learned not only in school but also at home, so education. Also sustainability, marami akong natutunan. For example, microplastics. Lahat pala ng katawan natin ngayon meron ng mga microplastics because of the clothes that we wear, because of the food that we eat, everything, ang dami. So, parang because of that, sabi ko, oh my God, lahat pala talaga ng mga advocacy natin ngayon. Education talaga yung parang binding, ano ba tawag doon? Parang it's the one that binds all of the advocacy. So if you want to learn more about anything, particularly when it comes to advocacy, then you educate yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to go to school for it again, lalo na kung graduate ka na. Pero marami kasing organizations that are educating people about their particular advocacy, but also libre naman ng internet. Pwede mag-internet, mag-YouTube ka, Netflix ka, ang dami. Again, it's just being mindful about what you really want to promote and what you are actively promoting din. So it's all about education talaga. It's gonna be, for me, yun na yun. Pinaka nagbabind dun sa tatlong yun.
Gratitude is her guiding light. Through it, Ice find strength, perspective, and a deeper sense of purpose.
I am a product of all the people before me and all the experiences that I've had. So I think yun yung pinaka that's what keeps me grounded. That's also what keeps me motivated to do better. Kasi parang, tinuruan ka na namin ha. Baka naman pwedeng gawin mo this time, since ikaw na yun, marami ka na natutunan, may experience ka na rin. Baka naman this time, you can do it better for the next people that you will be teaching.
Ice has a message for every young girl. You can do it. You can rise, lead, and redefine what it means to be a woman of strength and grace.
For women empowerment particularly, it's really that women can do whatever they want to do if they put their minds to it. I think yun talaga yung very passionate. Out of all the three, yun ang strongest advocacy ko is women empowerment. I really want little girls to believe that they can make it in life. But also, again, yung definition natin ng empowered, right? That you have to know exactly what you want, you have to know how to get it, but also ask for help if you need it. Kasi it doesn't mean na empowered, strong, powerful woman ka. Hindi mo na kailangan ng tulong. I don't believe in self-made people. I believe that to be able to succeed in life, you have to know what you want, and you have to know the kind of help or the amount of help that you need so that you can move forward. And also, syempre, because of this notion, syempre, humingi ka ng tulong. At the same time, dapat ikaw marunong ka ding tumulong. Kung ano yung mga talents mo or capabilities mo that you can share with people, whether it's time, talent, or treasure, whatever it is that you can share, you should. Para balance, hindi pwedeng puro taker lang tayo. We have to have a very generous mindset. When it comes to education, dapat we are always willing to share our knowledge, because the irony of education, like what I always say to my students, the irony of education is that the more you share it, the more you keep it. Hindi siya kagaya ng pera na the more you give, parang nawawalan ka. Pero education, the irony of it is the more you share, the more you get back, and the more you keep it actually. Yun. So, and then for sustainability naman, the mindset that the earth does not multiply. Kasi parang ngayon, parang kagaya for example, ito sa mga simpleng bagay lang. Kasi I'm not a big magtanim ka ng 1,000 trees, that's good, right? But practically speaking, I can't plant 1,000 trees, but I can take my trash and put it in the trash bin. I can segregate yung mga wastes ko. I can recycle, I can upcycle. Like recently, nag-upcycle ako yung mga long sleeves ng husband ko. ginagawa ko siyang either long sleeves ko din kasi hindi nakasya sa kanya, so kinuha ko. Then I'm upcycling it. It's a thing. It's really nice. You can find out more about it then. So yun. So again, mindfulness is key to everything that every advocacy, but also once you know more, sabi nga ni Maya Angelou, when you know better, you do better. So that's I think my take on it.
From every corner of her heart, Ice shares stories and life lessons. She calls us not just to stand up, but to reach out, to be informed, kind, and unafraid. Her message is clear. We are not born to walk alone. In a world that needs more light, Ivorine Ice Calderon chooses to shine. Through purpose, passion, and advocacy, she reminds us that one woman can spark 1,000 others to rise.
When we empower women, we educate a generation. When we choose sustainability, we protect our future. Together, let's build a world where every woman has tools to lead, the knowledge to grow, and the environment to thrive. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks to our friend Ivorine Ice Calderon for sharing with us her advocacies. This is Rochelle Rubio. Until next time, let's continue to empower voices here on The Advocates.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on 104.3 The Capital.